Hey everybody, how you doing today? Oh gosh, my face is all washed out. But yeah, I hope you're all having a great day so far. Um, yeah, I had a pretty good weekend actually. Um, my cats, like I don't know if anybody remember, but about a couple weeks ago I got a new cat, and my old cat is still not being very friendly, so we have to like supervise them whenever they're together most of the time to make sure they don't fight or anything. But they never really fought, but the older cat has like batted and chased the other one, and we just don't want to encourage that. So, but anyway, um, so we're just gonna do a shorter stream today because like I always get way too hyped for E3 every year, and I like to watch the things live. So I'm gonna be a bit of a take a bit of some time off, I guess, and we'll end the stream at 12 so I can watch one of the conferences. But I think we'll be able to work on some stuff before then, so I'm not too worried. As you can see, I got the game to compile again after all of our work on the abilities last Friday. And everything actually does go through all the way until the generate actions. And now I guess we've just got to hook up this. I guess we didn't finish it, at least that part. Also, over the weekend, I thought of a problem I had that we really need a way to lock out these random number generators, because the random number generator from the save file needs to only run at specific times. And so that's why I have this new is strict random tag, and this is true during ability get actions and map generation, because we have to make sure that the same sequence is used every time we reload from a save file. Otherwise it just uses Unity's random, which we don't really, not as strict about. Anyway. Okay, so action generator. Okay, so the complete event never fires, does it? Yeah, because it switches to that. Oh, I bet maybe I don't even I haven't even instantiated this object yet. I wouldn't be too surprised. Yeah, no references. Okay, so I just need to go to the map controller and add that. So this would be action sequencing, action generator, and this can go on the normal priority. And I guess I need to add in the Lua caller. So resolve and bind. Sequencing. Action generator caller. That should take care of that. Hopefully when it runs, it's going to call this Lua script. And I guess we'll see if we get any errors from that. But hopefully it'll run through, and then it will trigger the action generation complete event. And from there we can move on to just all the supporting netcode. Okay, so there was a bug. Null reference. Okay, so let me see. Generate actions. So the action generator did react to the presence. And this happened. The facing factory. Okay, sometime during a script. Okay, so rotation utilities. Look at facing at line 23. I guess we should look there. Oh, I did. Where'd I put it? Oh, that was random. I went facing utilities, but it's not in here either. Okay, I must have put it in a strange file. Put in. Nope. Okay. Well, I gotta find it. This is facing utilities, right? Oh, just rotation utilities. Okay. I did combine them. So down here. Okay, so look at facing. Okay, so maybe it's part of the facing factory. Okay, so it says given key was not present in the dictionary at facing factory 23. Oh, yeah. Well, this is okay. I must have had this as a list before. Oh, I know what. I had it as a array because you could only ever have 6 facing variables. Yeah, so we can do it like that. Not gonna help me there. Yeah, because you can only have one for each direction on the hexagon grid, so will only ever be 5 instances. Okay, and then that's probably... I noticed that whenever there's an error in something else, it tends to cause this object reference not set to an instance. So I'm not going to worry about that error right now. Okay, so another reference not set to an instance. Let's collapse. Probably I just forgot to create a list or something. Okay, so it says running is null. Okay, so how would that happen? Okay, I see. What could happen, I guess, is running is set to null here, but the phase hasn't switched yet. Because, yeah, this is called... Or wait, what? Would that actually happen? Well, I guess if there was no selections... Okay. So, yeah, if running does not equal null and is complete. Yeah, because what could happen is if there's no selections, then on phase change would be called right here. And then it would call run for selection. And then what would happen is next selection index is 0. So if there's nothing in the selection sequence, then this would run and running would never be set to anything. So, and then when we get down here, the phase would still be in generate actions. And I guess this would be null and cause an error. But the selection sequence should not be null, so, I mean, should not be empty. So I'm not really sure what that error came about from. Okay, but I have the debug open, so maybe I can kind of see. Don't care about that right now. Yeah, so right now we have a selection in there. Okay, well it worked, so yeah, so there's 2 selections are in the sequence. And then it generated the actions from them, just a move and a set facing for each monster. And also a bunch of animations for each. The only thing I can think of is that I think second player should actually, the sequence I don't think sorted correctly. Because the speedier monster should go ahead, and I think that monster 2 is faster. So let me look at that. Is it right here? Oh, they have the same speed, so never mind. That's true. If it's the same speed, then how do I break ties? I guess I should look into that. Yeah, because there should be some deterministic way to break a tie. Okay, so let's say local A speed. And then local B speed. Okay, so if A equals B. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm getting my Lua and C sharp. Syntax backwards. Are combined. Okay, so if A equals B, then maybe we should just call a random. Yeah, we'll just decide randomly between them. Okay, but anyway, so here we'd want to return A greater than B. Is that right? Okay, I want to. Okay, so sort. I think you return. I forget if you return true or false. Let's go back to how it was at the beginning. Okay, so I guess you return true if you want this to be sorted before. Let's look that up. Lua table.sort. Receives an array to be sorted plus an optional order function. This order function receives 2 arguments and must return true if the first argument should come first in the array. Okay. Okay, so I want the first argument to return first, yeah, if it's greater, so that makes sense. Otherwise, we'll just do a random here. And utils, let's just, I don't know, flip coin. This will just return either true or false. Okay, so I need to do 2 things to support that. I know this is kind of a detour, but it's just something I just realized. So on the sort function, I need to enable strict sorting, or strict random. So where is that? Sort selections right here. Okay, so it actually doesn't. That's not right. Yeah, I know it allowed hidden info. Open call options, strict random. And again, this just means it uses the random number generator from the save file, which is synchronized between all players. And then I just need to add that flip coin function to the random utilities, which I think will be useful. Public pool, flip coin. And all this will do is, yeah, if it's a strict random, we'll just get the next double value, and if it's, I think, less than 0. Less than a half. Oh yeah, I need to parentheses. We'll do the same thing here, except Unity's random values are in floats, so just have to tag that as a float. Okay, so anyway, what was... I guess there wasn't any errors there. I was just testing, or just inspecting the data to make sure it made sense. Yeah, I remember before that the player 2 was supposed to go first, but that was when we had the 2 different monster types, so... And you probably should add a second monster pretty soon for testing. Okay, so there's a attempt to compare 2 user data values at line 33. Oh. Yeah, I did this wrong. There should be A speed and B speed instead of keeping around that actual selection value there. Alright, so let's try one more time. Okay, so yeah, no errors that time, so action generator signal complete. And everything looks fine here. Yeah, again, a bunch of animations queued up. Right, so... Okay, so I guess we're done there. The action generator signals complete, and then the action sequencing flow controller should listen to that event, and then it actually will just fire its own event to say action sequencing is done. What am I trying to do? On actions generated. Okay, so it'll just be something like this. So we'd want to advance to idle now. And just fire the event. If I can type it. To complete. Okay. And one other thing I just remembered. Does this action generator clear the... Okay, it does not clear the stored animations. So it really doesn't need these animations for anything, but it needs to clear them. Because otherwise we'd have animations from last turn probably stuck around. Okay, let's just rename this to sequence. Because I really don't like typing anims. Kind of weird. Okay. I wonder if any other script already clears it. I don't think so, but yeah, so the script manager, this just searches backwards through it. Wait, what's going on here? Yeah, this is wrong. I'm surprised that hasn't caused a bug yet. Yeah, because it wasn't using this type argument. Alright, well, I'm glad I caught that. Yeah, so that just adds, and then this is just setting some more values. Okay, so I was just checking. Yeah, nothing clears it, but we'll take care of that here. Alright, so action sequencing is done, and this just takes care of all the action logic because it has to run in both the placing and the generation. But then back down and this play action generation, we have a bit more we have to do because I've got to send the action list to the server and then wait for a ready check and then receive the action list from all the other players, compare them to make sure that they match and check for cheating, and then do another ready check with the server. So yeah, so that's, I think, what I'll be doing for now before we can actually test to make sure if the action list worked, unfortunately, but okay, so I think I have, oh yeah, so I have an action generator here too. Does it already listen for a complete? No, oh, it does on sequencing complete. Did that actually get fired though? Oh no, because I haven't gone that far. Okay, well, let's I wonder if anything listens to this event yet. No. So, tickables, add new event exists, listener, action generator complete. Okay, so on actions generated. Okay, and so here I just check to make sure the state is equal to generate, and if it is, we'd advance to send actions because we'll send it to the server. But first, let's just check to make sure that the game actually gets that far. Alright, so yeah, we did get an error. Oh, okay, I got the value, but I didn't assign it. Okay, so now what happened? So action generator complete, and then yeah, it switched to send actions. Okay, so we're good to go. So request receive. Okay, well, I don't see the class that took care of sending it. But yeah, some of this, a lot of the networking code is old, so. I'll just create a new one. So this will be send, or let's just call it actions sender. Okay, and then again, we'll use our flow logic container, which really just enables the event system. Okay, so this will need the gen 8. And let me see what else. I'll just look into the selections and see how I did the sender here. Because I think it'll be pretty much the same. In fact, I might go ahead and just copy. Okay, except we need the action generation state. Why would I need the game data? Oh, because we had to do like some translation. I don't know if I'll need to do that. I guess I'll just leave it. Okay, and so I need the sequence, or the action sequence now. What's it called? Sequence? Okay, that's backwards, but... Okay, and then this is the class that takes care of sending the messages to the server for us, so I definitely want that. Alright, okay, so we want to send a ready check message, but it will be play, choice, actions, calculation instead of selection. Same type though, and then this should be play, oh, I guess it's this, but I want to rename it. Okay. And this should be the action generation phase change. Although I need to find what it's called. Okay, it's just that. Okay, so when we enter the phase, we just set both of the message senders to active, and then we got to get the message that we want to send to the server, which I'll do right now, I guess. So this should be action. I'm not sure what this message is called. Okay, I guess action list message. Okay, I don't know why this is in a different class. Or a different file. Okay, I don't know what the deal of what the point of that message is either. So I don't want this to have any logic in it. I guess I thought that we'd need to send, or we need to use that object for multiple different messages, but I don't think so. Okay, so anyway, actionless message. Okay, so now we've just got to translate the game actions to a network action, which is pretty simple. I guess this word, or type for type, moved over. And then index is selection. Okay, and I guess I should rename this to action instead of selection. Okay, so yeah, that's done. And then down here, we just make sure that we're in the right phase. And then if we are, then we'd accept ready checks from the server for play choice actions calculation. And if we get this, then we set both of these to false, and then we queue the event that we're complete. Okay, so let's go ahead and listen to that. And I gotta do a bit of net code on the server to handle this message. So yeah, actions, sender, on actions sent. Okay, so after that we would move to request actions, because we've got to get everybody's action lists from the server so that we can test them out. Alright, so move to the server real quick. Well, I guess one other thing before I do that, so I won't forget. Let's just go ahead and create this new class. Or I guess initialize it. So play, action generation, action sender, and this can be on normal. Okay, so we're done there. So down on the server, I need to have a class that will... Yeah, I used to have this one, but I think I'll just make a new one because it's different. But I need to have a class that will both accept those action list messages and then serve them back later. List manager. Okay, and I think I can... Well, I already have something for selections, don't I? Although I need to find out what I called it. Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay, well if I added play to the beginning, I might as well do that here as well. Okay, so yeah, let's clean this up a bit. Most of this can be the same. I guess play messages. I'll need to add some more flags here. So action, message received, and public action. List message. Okay, well, thinking ahead, there's two action lists that we'll get. I'm not really gonna implement them all right now, but I'm just gonna go ahead and name this for the future, because later on there's also end of turn actions, which happen. It's kind of like how I would implement damage from a poison effect or standing in fire or something. They're actions that are generated by the mods. And so I'm going to go ahead and try to support them, or at least in name, so I don't have to go back and change it. But so see, keep on pressing the wrong key. I did it again. Trying to press underscore by, I think I'm pressing backspace or something. But set actions and then play request actions, but I think it's probably not called that yet. It's not coming up. It's probably called like request ordering. I don't know. Oh yeah, let's request sorted actions. But there's not really a distinction. Although, okay, we will need to... Should I have... Okay, I remember how this works. Let's just not worry about it yet. When we get to the point where we have the two types, I know how to implement it, and it won't be hard to add, so just for simplicity. Okay, so request actions. Okay, so on server stop, first we want to delete the old message. Okay, and yeah, this should be action list message. Okay, and this would be choice actions null, and then we have to say that we haven't received one yet. Okay, and choice actions calculation. Okay, so for a place state and choice actions calculation, then we'd accept these messages. And okay, so we'll get the connection ID and make sure that we've validated the connection to a client slot. And if we have, then we get the action list message from the network message. Okay, and if it's not null, then we'd register it to the cache. And then we check if the cache is received from everybody. And I just need to store it in the right variable. Okay, so what is this? This is actually a little different. Okay, I guess this one. So let's again just move that into the action list message file. They'll kind of go together. And I'll just rename this to all action lists. Okay, and now yeah, I've got to make this the right type. Okay, so yeah, what this is doing is just once we've received this message from everyone, we store it here, and then I need to set that we have received the choice action message. Alright, and then here is where we would handle requests to get this message. And we don't want, and really we just don't want to serve it on those two phases, so it's anything after this choice actions calculation that we'd have it available. And then I just need to send it back on the right channel. So request, that's probably the old type. Okay, yeah, so let's just say play request actions. Don't really need this sorted there because there's no unsorted actions now. Alright, so let's, on the server game, I'll just need to initialize this new class. Play action list manager. And so the play flow now just needs to handle what happens when we've received those messages. And it'll be something like this because we have to just check. I was struggling about the best way to do this, and the easiest way is just every frame check to make sure if we've received the message and the ready check. And if so, then we can just advance. It's better than having to worry about two different events and keeping track of which event we've received already. That just was a little too much. Okay, but anyway, so after we receive the actions, then we would move to the action check phase. And right here we'd send back to all the clients a ready check that they can move on. So it'd be actions calculation. Okay, so hopefully I've done everything and the game should just run through this to the next phase, which would be request actions. Alright, so again, we'll just pick some selections here. So action generation, okay, there was an error. Invalid order function. What? So there's a runtime exception at framework function 27. Okay, I don't know what's going on here because it worked a second ago. Okay, so it's saying that this function is invalid for sorting. Oh, I see what might have happened. Okay, so the problem I think is that... Well, that doesn't make sense. Well, I don't know how Lua's sort is handled, but what could have happened is that A speed and B speed were compared multiple times, or there was like, I don't know, well, you know the thing, if A is greater than B and B is greater than C, then A is greater than C. The transitive property, maybe that was invalidated by this random thing. But there, we don't have 3. And how come that didn't happen before? Oh, well, we generate a new sequence every time, so that's why. Framework function 27. Okay, well, let's just sort by player index, and if there's a tie, which we won't want to do this for sure. In the final game, but except I can't get the player index in Lua. That might be something useful to have, actually. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I guess it could be useful. I mean, because you usually think of a player as like player 1, 2, 3. So class player. Okay, I was just trying to remember what that argument was. So player.index greater than b player.index. Okay, so let's check that. Okay, we didn't get an error that time. So it did go all the way through to request actions. I guess let's look up at the messages that were sent around. So client sent a ready check and set actions message, and so the server okay, hasn't received it yet. Okay, so here it received the ready check. Yeah, then it's firing to move to actions check, and then it sent the ready check back to the clients. Okay, and then the client moved to request actions. So let's see if I can knock out that class real quick. I have about 5 minutes, so... Okay, so again, I'm just going to, instead of like rewriting some of these old classes, I'm going to just copy over the selection requester class here. Oops. And I'll just call this action requester. So this should be play action generation, and rename this. I guess it should be actions requester. Not that it really matters, but it will bother me. Okay, so and then action gen state. And this is okay, so we're gonna need to make a new class for messages I've received from the server. And it's just action, or wait, what's it called? All action list message. Okay, and so what this does, yeah, it just sends a request message. So it'd be C play request actions. And yeah, so it'll just be an empty message for now. Okay, and then I think this is just phase change. Okay, and then all we have to do here is that when we enter the phase, we'll want to set this to active. So request actions. Okay, and here we check to make sure that we're in the right phase when we receive something back from the server. Oh yeah, and this is the wrong type. So all action list message. And so then I just basically store it there. What's wrong with this? Oh, this should be an event, which I haven't created yet. So let's do that real quick. Oh gosh, I'm cutting it tight. Okay, so this will be all action lists received. Okay, and then here I just got to subscribe to the request message. And the reason we do it like this is because I don't want to miss any event from the server, so we store it in this message list. Okay, so all action list received. Taken care of. Okay. And then I just gotta change this to all action lists received. Okay, and then see. So now I've just got to subscribe to the complete event. And I guess while I'm here, I'll go ahead and initialize that new class because I clicked on the wrong thing. So action requester, also be normal. What I want here, the flow manager. So on actions received. Oops. Okay, I accidentally cut that and I meant to copy. Okay, so request actions, and then after that we'd switch to error check, which is where we check for cheating, basically make sure all the lists match up. So we won't get to that today. Okay, I think, yeah, the game should run through all the way to the error check phase. Just make sure. So I've got to make some selections. Oh, I got some errors. Let's check. No object of type from server. Oh, I did forget to do that. Yeah, I just gotta create that new from server list. Or item, I mean. So play action from server. Okay, well, I'm gonna miss the very beginning probably, but I want to see if this works. But I guess while this is loading, yeah, sorry I have to cut it short, but I don't know, I like to watch the presentations live, so. But yeah, I'll be back probably Wednesday about noon Eastern, like normal. And so feel free to follow me here on Twitch or on Twitter if you'd rather receive notifications there. Did we go all the way through? Oh yeah, we did. We got to error check. Okay, so good. Everything's working. I also have a YouTube channel where you can check out any video if you've missed anything and you'd like to catch up, and a Discord server where you can chat with me. I'd love to have you there, but yeah, thanks everybody for coming by, and again, yeah, thanks for letting me have some time off, and yeah, I'll see you Wednesday. Bye-bye.